Hey, welcome to Should Men and Women Exercise Differently, plus a bunch of other Q&A question answers.
So this is a compiled list of things we get asked over time and the most recent ones, and sometimes ones we get asked over and over again. So we save these and we put them all in a video so we can share that information with you and break down any myths or confusion that is out there about nutrition and exercise, because there's a lot of confusing and overwhelming information.
And a lot of people really dive in on the super specific stuff that's like, oh, well, yeah, this is a little bit better than that, and so you should do this. And it's like, let's just be real here.
Yeah.
What actually is going to work for real life? So we're going to try to keep these answers very short and simple and to the point for that reason, so that it is applicable.
Yeah, what is going to be the biggest bang for your buck and effort? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
let's do it. What's the first question?
Do you have to count calories to lose weight?
No. Move. No, just kidding. You do have to have some kind of system or be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And
you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight.
You have to, and it can be any kind of system that you want. There's different approaches, but every single diet out there, whether they're counting calories or not, is putting you in a calorie deficit. So that's how that piece works. And what we do with our clients is a super simple system that is kind of like counting calories, but a lot faster and a lot simpler to put you in a calorie deficit and be more aware of what you're eating.
Cool. All right.
Next question. How long are your client workouts really?
Yeah, someone asked that because we talk all the time about how 2 to 3 workouts a week, roughly 30-ish minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and people are like, okay, but like if I actually do this, how long are the workouts really going to be? And so I thought, well, let's answer this question live because there is a little bit of nuance to it. However, ultimately the answer is they're about 30 minutes, and you do them twice or 3 times a week, depending, and that's up to you, like whether you want to do 2 or 3 a week. It really doesn't matter. As long as we know ahead of time, I can kind of design them. And for a lot of people, I make them like flexible so that if you're busy and you want to try to get 3 but you only get 2, then that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not gonna mess your progress up.
That's the short answer, is that really it is as simple as it sounds. The slightly more nuanced answer is some clients take longer to do the same workouts, and some clients like to go through them very quickly. So that's why I normally say 30-ish minutes, because some people literally get them done in around 20 minutes, or I've had clients even finish roughly the same size workouts, because some people I make a little longer and some a little shorter too. But like some people finish in around 20 and some people take more like 45 minutes. And so it just kind of depends on exactly how quickly you want to get through it, how much time you want to commit to it. Mm-hmm. But that's why I typically say it's about 30 minutes, because if you need it to be shorter, it can be. Mm-hmm. If you would like to get a little bit more done, then we can make it slightly longer, but it falls within that range. And that is the truth. We're not just saying that to try to make you feel like we're trying to sell you on this. That's all you need.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, is brown rice better than white rice?
Marginally. And I say that like...
What does better mean?
Yeah, what does better mean? Technically, brown rice is less processed and it has more of the whole grain in it than the white rice. Okay, so that's a little bit better for you. But if you really hate brown rice, eat the white rice. It's okay. People are very healthy eating white rice all over the world. So it's not really something that's going to make a huge difference. Unless you love brown rice, then go for it. I wouldn't stress about it. Wouldn't let that be something that hangs you up.
They're both better choices than
French fries
or potato chips
or
whatever. So either one is a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so when you say marginally, what I read into that is like it ultimately doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What's next?
Okay, workout question. Is it okay to just use the machines at the gym?
Okay, so in other words, you're going to the gym and you've got like the free weight section with the dumbbells or the bar, depending upon where you go, barbells, squat rack, that type of thing. You've got the treadmills and the machines that you just sit down and it's got the arms and stuff. Mm-hmm. Is it okay to only do those machines and not the free weight stuff? The short and simple answer to that is it's really not a great idea, mainly because it's not super efficient. So those machines are designed to, most of them, not all, but most of them are designed to work one specific muscle group. So like your biceps, or you know, it's just that you're not getting as much done in as much time. So you have to do more exercises in order to get the same amount of work as what you can get from using the free weights. So time-wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense because you're just not going to get the same results. If you spend 30 minutes just doing machines compared to 30 minutes of doing mostly free weight stuff, you're going to get a lot better results from the free weight stuff. And in fact, you might not get results at all that you like from doing just the machines, because it depends on what the machines are exactly. Like if you want to build your muscles and get big and ripped and jacked, then maybe having a higher percentage of machines is fine. For the most part, I say do more free weight stuff, do all free weight stuff. At the most, I try to keep it to around like 25% machines. Again, it depends, but for most of the people we work with, my answer to you is you're going to get much better results by not just doing the machines. Yeah. And so it's not that the machines are bad. Yeah. It's just that get better results for the amount of effort you put into it.
Exactly.
And that's what you're going to get that from the free weights as opposed to machines.
Our clients don't want to live in the gym, and they don't have hours to spend at the gym every day to work on their goals. So that's how we approach it.
That's why you can do those 2 workouts a week for just 20 or 30 minutes, is because it's more efficient that way.
Absolutely. All right, let's do a couple of nutrition questions.
Okay. Okay. Is red meat bad for you?
Okay. So bad is pretty broad. There's a couple different reasons why people are concerned about red meat. So one of them is cholesterol, saturated fat, and that kind of thing. And it is true that animal proteins have more saturated fat in them than other sources of protein. So, which is going to affect your cholesterol. So if your diet is high in red meat and other sources of saturated fat, like dairy and other animal meat, and you eat out a lot, then you're gonna just contribute more to that saturated fat in your diet. And that's, it's okay to have some in your diet, but it also is important to have the other balances of different fats in there. So I think it would be okay from that perspective to have red meat occasionally, to kind of create a balance of different sources of fats, saturated, unsaturated, and all the different kinds that you can learn about and find different places to get them. And the other concern, I would say, is cancer, which you were going to touch on that.
Cancer, or just like longevity, overall health, how you're going to live a long, healthy life. Cancer, as trying to avoid cancer as much as possible, should you avoid red meat? And the answer is actually really similar to what you just said. Like I keep up with all the research on this, and so depending upon where you go on the internet, you're going to get very different answers to this. But kind of the summary of all of the research, if you take it from a completely unbiased perspective, is if you never ate red meat, there might be some health benefit to that. However, it's not crystal clear that that's true, and having some red meat sometimes in moderation doesn't seem to have much risk either. So ultimately the answer is the same. As long as you kind of have a good balance, you're going to be fine. You don't need to avoid red meat. Yeah.
And completely. That's something we can help you figure out, is like, what is a good balance for you? Not just one way to do it, but finding out what matters to you most and how to balance that in your life. We're really good at that. Yeah,
because there are some people who are like, I don't feel good when I eat red meat. Yeah. So great, then don't eat it. Yeah. And we can show you then what your other choices are. There are people who are like, I love it, I'd have it at every dinner, but I know like that's not ideal, so what else can I do? And we can help you figure that out based on your own preferences. You don't have to completely change to do what someone else says. Yeah. Okay, so another nutrition question. We've gotten this at least a couple times recently. And we hear it a lot. My green powder supplement says that it's my full serving of veggies for the day. Is this true?
No. This one got me upset out in public the other day. And I tried not to embarrass my family over it. So
she tried not to. It was fine. I've made it sound worse than what it was. But you normally don't get worked up about anything, and this
one did, yeah.
You obviously bothered
Yeah.
you.
It's a marketing thing. They want you to buy their product. So what happens when they make a green powder supplement or a pouch that says this is your full serving of veggies a day is they take all those veggies and break them down as much as possible so you can consume them really fast. And yes, it does have nutrients in it, but they've been, like Hamburger Helper has been like cut, diced, heated, processed, and put in a box. And like that's about as processed as you can get with food. And that's the same thing here with vegetables. So when you do those things, you're missing out on the full spectrum of fresh vegetables, or cooked vegetables even is fine. And missing out on that, and you're also missing out on the benefit of eating your vegetables. There's so many great things about chewing your food and getting to have that much volume in your diet. It's very enjoyable to be able to eat food.
That's a big one for weight loss
Yeah.
specifically, is like eat those vegetables whole so that you don't feel like you need to snack or have these cravings crop
Yeah.
up because you don't have food in your belly.
And also like just the fresh vegetables and the nutrients. I mean, some of them just absorb better when you don't break them down, and some of them do. And there's benefits to cooking some of your vegetables. Anyway, that's the minor thing you don't need to worry about. The thing is you could do a balance too of, okay, yeah, I do need some nutrients, but I'm also going to chew my food and vegetables and enjoy the benefits of having the vegetables in there. But this is my spiel about labels. If it has to tell you that it has this health benefit, you probably need to look at it with some side eye and be like, okay, what's really going on here? Because it's marketing and it's trying to get you to buy this.
It's their arbitrary standard of, oh, this is all your vegetables for the day. It's like, well, okay, but
is it really?
But are you actually getting the nutrients?
Is this really going to be the benefit that I'm looking for?
Would you get the same thing from this powder as you would from a plate full of vegetables?
No.
The answer is no.
Yeah, you're lacking. So, okay, there was something I was going to add, but I kind of forgot about it. So.
Oh boy. If you think about it, we can add it at the end. We did that for me last time.
Yeah, okay. But we have one more question, big one, that we hear often, misconceptions about, and it's, should men and women exercise differently?
Okay, so ultimately, just kind of like we've said for the other ones, the answer to this is no. The overarching principles for how to exercise and work out do not need to be different for men to women. Now, again, you will have people cite studies that say, oh, women do better with this and men do better with this. And yeah, there's some truth to that, but like, who cares? Because whatever, we're not trying to break records or become professional athletes or bodybuilders here. So no, you don't need to exercise differently. However, men and women do tend to have different goals. Men more often want to emphasize their upper body more, and women want to emphasize their lower body, or where you want to lose fat is in different places. Now, losing fat exercise is not going to affect where you lose that. However, the types of exercise that you choose and how much you do of specific exercises can be different and will be different based on those goals. And a lot of times men have more goals over here and women have goals over here. And so yes, exercise will look different because of that. However, it's not because you're a man or you're a woman. It's because you have these goals. If a man has these goals over here, then great, then do that. So ultimately, no, there isn't a difference. And specifically, the biggest thing that I feel like for men and women a lot, but more often you hear it from women, is they're concerned like, okay, you're saying I should lift weights. I don't want to get big and bulky. And the truth is that you will not get big and bulky unless you are, if you're following a bodybuilding exercise program that's designed for that and you're eating a ton of food, it's really hard to do. But again, the whole big picture, like how you should be exercising, is not going to make you big and bulky just because you're doing strength-based exercise. And so, yeah, men and women, your workouts, my workouts and her workouts look very similar. The workouts that I give the men, our male clients, our female clients, they look very, very similar. Minor exercise choices that are different here and there, but otherwise, no, it's the same thing in general. Cool. So, does that answer it?
I think it's good.
All right, well then, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, send us a message, leave a comment. We will answer them personally. We will put them in a video.
Yep, we'll answer you directly. Make sure you get it right away. You don't have to wait till the next video, and then we'll use it because I guarantee you someone else has had the same question.
Exactly. And hopefully we will see you next time. Bye.